everyone. Last week I reached out to a couple of my batchmates at IIM Ahmedabad to get some quality insights for this video. And the strangest part was that whoever I texted asking, "Do you know of someone with gap years?" they told me, "Dude, I had a gap year." Which is strange because they sat next to me and I still didn't know that they had gap years. We should also tell you something, by the way, that once you graduate from an IIM or a B school, or even when you are there, no one really knows or cares about your gap years. But the important question is that before that, do the interviewers care about your gap years? So let's get started with this video. There is so much to cover. First things first, whether you took a gap after 12th or after graduation or after your job, it really doesn't matter. In the eyes of the law, that is the interviewers, it's one and the same thing. A lot of you might be wondering that do people with gap years make it to the IIMs? And by now, I know for sure that a lot of them do. The question that you're going to ask me as a follow up is, but what is the maximum number of years that someone can take a gap and still make it to an IIM? And the simple answer that I got is it doesn't matter. I've talked to people with 3 or 4 years of gap years as well, and they told me that the issue is never the gap years or the number of years. The issue is the reason that you stayed behind those gap years. If your reason is not justifiable enough as compared to the number of years you took a gap for, then obviously it's not a good enough reason. For example, if you say that I took a gap of 3 years because of my health, then it's understandable if you can produce the proofs for it. But if you say that I took a gap for 3 years because I wanted to prepare for the CAT exam, then obviously it's not a good enough reason, because we all know that CAT preparation would not take you 3 years with doing nothing alongside. And I know what a lot of you are going to do next. I can already sense a couple of you typing in the comments that this is my reason and these are the number of years I took a gap for. Is it justifiable? Don't ask me. I don't know. And the interviewers are also not going to have a list of hard and fast acceptable number of years in front of each and every reason. It's very case to case dependent. So as long as you are convinced that these were the number of years that were required for me to do whatever it was that I took a gap for, it's okay. If you can convince yourself, then you can surely convince the interviewers. And now that I mentioned interviews, let me also state that the batchmates that I talked to were mentioning that they were expecting for the interviews to be very stressful and to revolve around their gap years. But that was never the case. In fact, they said that they were never looked down upon. The interviewers genuinely wanted to understand why they took the gap years. So there's this herd mentality out there wherein people think of gap years as something negative or as a blot on your CV. To be very honest, it's nothing more than just taking a break for better opportunities if you think about it. A lot of you would still not buy this philosophical explanation. So here is the logical reasoning backing it. IIM Ahmedabad gives out shortlists on the basis of three things: academic scores, work experience, and CAT percentile. In fact, if you check the eligibility criteria on their official portal, it never mentions gap years. So, if it was to give around 1200 shortlists for 400 seats, let's say that's the case, why would IIM Ahmedabad waste its shortlist on people with gap years if it was to never select them in the first place? So, reaching the interview stage or clearing that shortlist part is not dependent on your gap years at all. You only need to convince the interviewers that the reason you took the gap was justifiable enough. How difficult is that? And we are going to talk about it in the rest of the video. But the point that I'm trying to make over here is that how are you any different from a person who's like a fresher? And we had 25% freshers in our IIM Ahmedabad batch. So, how are you any different from those 25% people, except one advantage that I can see, wherein you took a gap to specifically stay focused on one thing, whereas other people had distractions like job or college or whatever. So the bottom line is that if you're a CAT aspirant or you want to get into an IIM and you feel like gap years are holding you back, then that's not true. Because as I told you, the shortlist is not dependent on them, and as long as you can justify the reason behind them in the interviews, you are good to go. And now we are going to justify the reason behind them. So, one part of that was the number of years you took the gap for which I already told you that as long as you are convinced, the interviewers will be convinced. The second part of it is the proofs for what did you do for whatever you took the gap for. Now, I am going to take two examples to illustrate to you what proofs mean and how you can use them to justify that you utilized your gap years. Let's say in the first case, you were preparing for CAT and you wanted to retake the exam because you did not get a good percentile in the first attempt. So, the delta, that is the difference between your percentile in the final attempt versus your first attempt, is going to be a proof that you used that time to work on your CAT preparation, which yielded the results that you always wanted. In the second example, let's say you are inclined towards the field of marketing and that's where you see your future. But right now you have graduated and you can't find any job opportunities in that field. So, in that case, your proof of utilizing the time properly would be to take up internships, research projects, online courses that are in the field of marketing to build and strengthen your case. By the way, these are not just fabricated examples, these are the two real life cases of my batchmates. This is how they justified taking a gap in their interviews with the very reasons that I just mentioned. So, one thing that I would want anyone to take away from this video is that if you have a gap year, don't think of the activities you can pursue to fill those gap years up. Think of the reason first and only then align those activities. So, for example, let's say that your health is not fine and that's why you're taking a gap year. You would not be worried about volunteering in an NGO or doing some random internship that you saw on some portal. You would rather be willing to work on your health and making sure that you're fine. And that's what the interviewers would also expect from you. You only need to figure out where were you in the beginning of the gap year, where did you want to be at the end of the gap year, and did you do what was required to tread that entire path. That's about it, nothing more than that. And अब ये मत सोचना कि ये तो अच्छा रीजन है हेल्थ का इजी है आई विल ऑल्सो यूज इट इफ इट्स नॉट ट्रू यू विल लैंड इन अ ह्यूज ट्रबल. Be brutally honest about whatever your reason was and also try and be willing to work on that reason. I will link a video on profile building above and also in the description. You can check out the activities and see what all can you do in that time which align with your reason. So it works that way. Reason first, activities later, not the other way around. The last bit that I'm going to cover in this video is that okay, I'll get into a B school, good enough, gap years don't matter. What after that? Is it going to impact my placements? And the answer lies in the fact that 50% of the panelists don't even notice your gap years in the IIM interviews. That's what my batchmates told me. They told me that gap years were not even asked for in 50% of their interviews. Whereas in the placement interviews, none of them were asked about their gap years. Now, you only tell me that if you are a recruiter at an IIM, would you care about someone's gap years when you know that the only thing you're looking for is the value they can add to your firm? So, when it comes to getting a shortlist, gap years don't matter. When it comes to clearing the interviews, gap years don't matter. And when it comes to placements, gap years don't matter. I don't really know why I created this video in the first place, but I really hope that those of you who had this genuine query got their replies. And if you did not, then feel free to post it in the comment section. Thank you for watching this video, guys. I would really appreciate if you could tell me how it was.